This is your October 2020 Tarot and Astrology reading. First, I'll be going over some aspects and transits that are happening this month, and then I'll be getting into your reading. If you're new here, I'm Sarah. This is Cancer Capricorn Guidance. I'm a Cancer Sun, Capricorn Moon, Libra Rising, and I'm here to bring you love, light, and guidance through tarot, astrology, and spirituality. In my description box, you can find my Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. You can also find my email. If you'd like to reach out to me to schedule a personal reading, please feel free to do so. You can also find a couple different links to a couple different Spotify playlists I've made. I really love music and I love making playlists. So if you're curious about what I listen to or you're trying to find some new music, feel free to check out those playlists. So Aries, coincidentally enough, I'm getting to your reading on October 1st, the day of the full moon in Aries. So this full moon in Aries is really going to cause a lot of stirrings of feelings. You may be feeling any repressed frustration, anger, those kinds of negative emotions coming out. You may be feeling the urge to feel really impatient and kind of irritable. You may be feeling a little extra sensitive and want to really express how you're feeling really urgently. People with their moon in Aries natively as a placement, they have this urgency of expression, this need to express really impulsively and get all of it out. So you may be feeling a lot of that, but this is a really good time to get clear about and have this full moon illuminate what your true desires and passions and goals are. If there's anything that you've really been kind of spending a lot of time planning and putting a lot of thought into, now's a good time to finally take that first step, take that action, and put these goals and plans into action. Use this fiery Aries energy to really get started on something, to finally start something that you've been sitting on for a long time. On the 2nd of October, we have Venus entering Virgo. Virgo is a lot more of a conservative, kind of detail-oriented, practical earth sign. And when Venus is in this sign, I think this is a really good time to bring some of that practicality and groundedness into the Venusian things like love, romance, finances, money, hobbies, values, all those kinds of things. So this is a good time to really sit down and plan out a budget, plan out how you want to save up for a certain thing. This is a good time to have that talk with someone you've been exploring a connection with to see if you guys are on the same page about the trajectory of where it's going and where you want it to go. This is a really good time to lay out some of those plans and figure out some of those little logistics and details so that you can move forward with a really good plan using the momentum of this full moon in Aries. On the 4th of October, we have Pluto going direct in Capricorn. Now, this is going to be a big one because this isn't the first, but it's one of the first of the outer planets that are going direct in Capricorn that have been in retrograde for a long time now. I believe Pluto went retrograde in Capricorn back in March. So all of the upheavals, all of the uprootings, all of the big changes and towers falling down that we've been seeing, all of the dust is going to start to settle. So I think we're going to start to get some clarity about how we want to start to pick up the pieces and rebuild and put new structures in place now that everything has been uprooted. Now with it going direct in Capricorn, we can use that Capricorn energy to start to move towards building something new really consistently, pragmatically, and a little bit slower. All of the big things we've been seeing come to light with this Pluto retrograde, now we're going to start to put things into action like, okay, how can we fix this? How do we change things moving forward? How do we put things back into place? On October 9th, we have Mars that is still retrograding in Aries, squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So again, Mars has been retrograde in Aries for about a month now, and we've been seeing a lot of setbacks, a lot of obstacles in our way with our brash attempts to move forward, really energetically with that Aries energy. But with Pluto in direct now in Capricorn, it's gonna wanna, start to pick up those pieces from the dust settling, from all the stuff that's been, uprooted. But that Mars in Aries, we're still probably gonna face some obstacles and some challenges and some blocks in the road. On the 11th and the 15th, we have the Sun in Libra squaring Jupiter in Capricorn and the Sun in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So again, these big outer planets in Capricorn that are now direct, squaring the Sun in Libra, I think is going to have a lot of tension in terms of the ego and being in that place of comfort and staying in that place of comfort, and then the discomfort and disruption that it kind of causes when we know we have to make changes and move forward and grow. I think these squares are really going to be asking us, okay, yes, this is going to be uncomfortable. Yes, this is going to be kind of disruptive. Yes, we have to step out of this comfortable place that we're in right now where everything's fine. But in order to really grow and make changes in our lives or make changes in, our communities, we really have to do that work and kind of be uncomfortable for a little bit. On the 13th, though, we have Mercury retrograding in Scorpio. You may have been feeling some of the pre-shadow effects of this already. But I think this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is going to bring up a lot of deep emotions, a lot of past stuff. I think a lot of things are going to be revealed. And I think a lot of things that may have been being repressed or secrets that were kept, things that have been hidden from us, are really going to be revealed to us. Things are going to be coming to the light. There may be people coming back from your past to let you know ways in which they hurt you or you hurt them, or maybe just some old feelings within yourself are coming back up again. And it has to do with some scars that have never really fully been healed, some wounds that have never really fully been healed. So I think this is a really good time though to kind of lean into that, lean into those emotions and kind of embrace that heaviness, because I think it's here to teach us something that if it hasn't been healed yet, now is the time to really lean into it and kind of feel it and feel through it so that you can purge it and move on. Also, this is a really great time for anything that you've been suppressing, anything that you've been hiding or keeping in. It's a good time to have a talk about it and bring it to the surface. On the 16th, we have a new moon in Libra. This is really going to call upon us to bring in some balance and harmony within our internal selves, within our emotional selves. If you've been feeling kind of out of balance, out of whack, this is a good time to make some space, clear out some of that old energy so that you can have a new level, fresh start, I guess. This will be a really good time to bring some fresh energy into your spaces or your personal spaces, like your little sanctuaries, maybe your bedroom, and even your close personal relationships. This is a good time to level the playing field again and kind of bring some more balance and harmony back into it. This is also a good time to get that inner self in balance with your outer self, because if your inner self is feeling balanced and good, you will be better equipped to handle the chaos in your external world. On the 18th, we have the Sun in Libra squaring Saturn in Capricorn. So again, this is going to be the Sun in Libra squaring an outer planet in Capricorn. This one is going to have more to do with how you're kind of moving towards your goals and what you're doing to get there. Saturn is very much that long-term planet that's planning for that stability and success. So this is really going to ask us, are you taking the easy way out? Are you trying to stay in a place where you have to do as little work as possible? This is really going to call on us to look at what kind of dirty work we have to do. This is really the time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. On the 19th, we have Mars retrograding in Aries, squaring Jupiter in Capricorn. This Jupiter in Capricorn that went direct a couple weeks ago, this is really going to bring in some frustration because Jupiter in Capricorn is really trying to expand really pragmatically, consistently, like Capricorn, but that Mars retrograde in Aries, still we're going to face all those obstacles, all those setbacks, all those bumps in the road where we're really trying to move forward with expansion and growth, but we're feeling those restrictions. And then on the 22nd, we are entering Scorpio season. The sun goes into Scorpio. I think this Scorpio season, we're going to feel a lot of emotional intensity, a lot of heaviness, but I think this is a good time to get in touch with your intuitive, perceptive self. Scorpio is a water sign, and that is one of their strengths. They're very good at looking at their own emotions and seeing what's going on. They're also very good at perceiving others and what they're feeling. So this is a good time to tap into that part of yourself so you can have more understanding. This is also a really great time to let go of anything that you've been holding on to too tightly, any secrets you've been harboring in, especially because the sun in Scorpio is going to be with the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio at the same time. So this is a really good time to release anything that doesn't serve you anymore. On the 27th, we have Venus entering Libra. Of course, Venus is at home in the sign of Libra, so this is a really good time to get in touch with that romantic side of yourself, the light, airy, Libra type energy. This is a really good time to reorganize your spaces, bring some more feng shui back into your home. This is a good time to get really romantic with your partners or your friends, or even just splurge on yourself, pamper yourself, spend that extra dollar on something nice for yourself. Just really kind of indulge in the finer things in life for no reason, but just to enjoy them and have that beauty and luxury. And then on the 31st, on Halloween, we have the second full moon of the month, and this full moon is going to be in Taurus. This is really going to make us think about what makes us feel safe and secure and what doesn't anymore. What are we holding on to really tightly for security, and what is not serving us that we really should be loosening our grip on or even letting go of? This is asking us to let go of the things that we truly don't need and to bring some more balance back into our spaces. Kind of letting go of anything that makes us feel unstable. This is a really good time to get in touch with your instinctive self, your physical self, to really just trust your gut, trust your instinct, because it's almost always right. All right, Aries, that was your astrological breakdown for the month. I hope that helped you. I hope that those are some things that you'll be paying attention to try to move with that energy and kind of embrace it and not so much fight it. I hope that lines up with this reading too. I like that can kind of set the stage for some of the energies that might be happening for you this month. So let's get into your reading. So Aries, how have y'all been feeling? I feel like Aries you're still kind of riding on a plateau, but not like a good one. I think you're still like a very low plateau. You've been kind of riding it out on this on this spot for a while, and I think you're really like starting to get antsy because you really want some kind of change. You really want to come out of this like low vibrational period. You want to get out of this slump. You want to just feel something different. You need a change. You really need a change of some sort. You're feeling really sick of being in this place. I think you're really desperate for change. Yeah, I'm just getting like wherever you are or whatever like feelings you're in, it could be a place or like a relationship or excuse me, wherever you are, relationship, a place, just a mindset. You've been like in this for so long and you're just like, I just need to feel or anything else or be anywhere else. Like, I just need to get out of this. And I think you're looking for some kind of like lifeboat to like come and take you out. I don't know why that message came through. I feel like you're waiting for something to come in and kind of like save you or like take you out of this. I think you're denying some of your autonomy. Yeah. Let's get into your reading. I thought I was gonna like go somewhere with that thought, but nothing else was coming in. Any messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements you may have in your chart, whatever energy you've been feeling. Any messages for Aries for the month of October 2020? Messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars. Messages of love, truth, healing, light, forgiveness, change, transformation, clarity. Ooh. Any messages for Aries? Ooh. I'm getting dreaming of independence. Dreaming of stability and self-sufficiency. I'm getting like struggle to establish your independence. Yeah. Wow. 9, 9, 10. It's like you're at the end of something. Any other messages for Aries, or should I pull? Yeah, I'm gonna pull. Ooh. Oh no. Okay. All right, Aries. Sorry, I don't mean to like scare you. I always like make weird noises. I'm like, oh no, don't worry. It's nothing terrible. Okay, so your overall energy is the Hermit in reverse. I'm getting that you've been in hermit mode, but like for a little too long. I'm getting like you've been in this place of kind of self-isolation where you've gone inward to kind of explore yourself, to like get in touch with yourself, to get to know yourself. Or maybe you've just been in a place where you've been on your own journey and kind of doing your own thing, going solo for a long time now, like whether or not it was your choice. Maybe you've been really feeling that quarantine isolation. But I feel like it's something that's coming to an end, or if this was something that, like a choice you made for yourself to like go into this solitude type period, I feel like you've been there a little long and it's time to get out, but you maybe don't realize that it's time to get out yet. Yeah, I'm getting, you've been in this period a little too long. Or you're like still here and you're upset as to why you're still here. I'm getting that you're starting to feel really agitated that you've been in this place of like solitude for so long. I feel like you're starting to get really lonely and you're like, okay, I get it. I've done my work. I've done my self-reflection. I've really spent a lot of time alone and gotten comfortable with myself, got to know myself better, but I don't want to be here anymore. I want to move out of this, and I am really ready to kind of go back into the, like, step back into the world, step back into like my community, society. Like I'm just getting this period, like you've been in this period of spending a lot of time alone for a long time now, and you're ready to come out of it. You're like, I've been here too long, I've learned my lessons, can I come out of this now? Maybe you feel like you've been in exile, like some kind of restriction, like you didn't have a choice about this, like you were sent into isolation, something sent you into isolation, and you're like, okay, my sentence is up. I've done my time. Yeah. Aries. Yeah, I think you've just been on that journey for a little too long, and you're like, all right, time's up, time to go. Like, I want to move on to something new now. I want to step back into the world. With this Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant, yeah, I feel like it's this struggle to establish your independence. I'm getting that, like, you are, or you're striving to be financially independent and like self-sufficient. You're striving to establish yourself, your beliefs, your boundaries, like who you are as a person. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like, you're on this journey of establishing who you are, establishing your independence, establishing what you really believe, what your core personhood is. And I think that's what you were figuring out in this isolation. That's what you're figuring out when you went into this period of solitude. And I think now you're like struggling to establish that, but for some reason you are a little too alone and you don't have anyone to establish it to like prove it to. I know Aries are very much about like, I need to prove this to someone. I need to like compete. They have that competitive streak in them. Yeah, I think that you are like, look at me. Look how far I've come. Look how like independent I've become. Look how strong and stable I've become. Look how proud and secure in myself that I've become. I've really developed myself, but I'm still alone and there's no one to like share my new self with. I think you feel like I have this new person to share with people, and like, why am I still alone? Why haven't I found anyone to share it with? Why has, like, there's no one for me to like talk to it about. I want to talk to people about my journey and how far I've come, but I'm still in this place of like loneliness where I have no one to like, you know, show off my journey to. And I don't mean that like Aries, like, you know how you are. You guys like putting on a little show. I don't know. Getting weird energy from this. I think it's a struggle to, you really, on the inside, you feel independent, you feel strong, you feel like you've established this whole sense of self. But what part you're missing is like, you haven't really gone off on your own yet. Maybe if you really haven't been in this period of like solitude, you haven't gone off to be alone yet to really prove that you've established this independence and whatnot. But I think it's more of, you've been in that period of isolation for a long time now and you're struggling to come out of it. Yeah, and I think you're really searching for your Nine of Cups. You're establishing your desires too. You're establishing your dreams, like what you want. Like, all of this is very much like, I've worked so hard to establish my like financial independence and like to be able to provide for myself. I've worked so hard to establish who I am and my beliefs and like what I really feel, and you know, my own boundaries and rules that I live by. I'm really like, I've worked to establish and figure out what it is I want, what it is I desire, what's going to truly make me happy. And you're coming to this place of like defeat. You're feeling so exhausted because you want to give up. I need some clarification here. Okay, let me get some clarification on the Nine of Cups. Yeah, let me get some clarification on the Ten of Wands. Okay, so for the Nine of Cups, what came out was the Death reversed. I think you can see, you can almost touch, you can taste your happiness coming in for you. You can almost taste your dream coming true. but there's something that you're not letting die. There's some kind of ending that you're resisting that's not allowing you to get there. Yeah, it's like you have spent all this time in hermit mode and isolation mode trying to figure out what it is you want, who you are, what you value, what, establish your independence, establish your financial independence and stability. Like, you've worked so hard to just build yourself up and become a better version of yourself, figure out what you want. And now you're trying to reach your dreams with this new independence and sense of self. But what's preventing you is that you're not letting some ending happen. You're not letting some ending come in. There's something that you're resisting. You're resisting it really hard because you don't want something to come to an end or come crashing down. But that's what's keeping you from reaching that Nine of Cups. That's what's keeping you from having this dream come true. There's something that you're not letting die. With all of this struggle to establish your independence, maybe what you're having a hard time letting die is your dependence on other people or something. I feel like you've worked so hard to be like, I am all alone. I don't need anybody. I don't need nobody. I got myself. I got my wealth. I got my beliefs. I got my dreams. I got my goals. Like, you've spent so much time figuring these things out and really honing in on them. But what's preventing you from reaching that happiness is that you maybe have a tough time asking for help, or you've having a tough time finally breaking those last ties of dependence on someone or something. Yeah, I'm just getting struggle for independence, but there's just still a tiny thread that's holding you onto some past or something that you're a little bit dependent on. Maybe it's something that really wears you out. You're refusing to let go of something that really just drags you down and drains all of your energy. You're feeling so ready to give up. But the thing is that you shouldn't, because you're really close to success. I'm getting you have worked so hard and you're really exhausted. And you're resisting the ending because you won't just let it go. Yeah, you're resisting an ending of some sort so that this new thing can come in, and all you have to do is stop trying. I think you're holding on too tightly to something, and it's time to let it go. And when you do, you'll reach that dream. You'll get to your success. You'll feel the relief and the triumphance of having conquered this, having gone through this transformation, having gone through this period. And you're so close to the end and you want to give up so bad, but it's not giving up. It's the last straw that you need to do is let go. And I think you're afraid to let go because that means it's the last straw of letting go of an old you. It's the last straw of letting go of needing, truly needing other people. It's I'm independent, I'm me, I'm doing me, I got myself, I am independent in every way possible, but deep down there's something that you're still holding on to that's leaving you dependent on something or someone, and you want to cut that tie so bad, and you're holding on to it and you're resisting the ending, and you can see and taste and feel your dreams, and all you have to do is cut that tie. You're ready to give up instead of finally just do that one last thing you need to do and cut that tie. And right on the other side is where your success is. The triumphance that you will feel when you do that. And this is here to remind you that there is hope. There is so much reason to be hopeful and excited about this. And really looking forward to what's on the other side. I think you're really scared to cut that one last tie because it means truly separating yourself from that old life, from that old person, that old part of yourself, that oldness, the stuff that you've been working so hard to move away from to establish this new self. And it's that one last thing that you need to cut ties with. And I think you're scared because you can't see the other side and it looks so daunting and scary. There's clouds hanging over you right now, but on the other side, the sun is going to shine again.